Welcome back to the Hugh Hewitt Show. There's nobody in American media who is more supportive of Israel and its fight for the West, not only its own existence, but the existence of Western civilization, than Hugh Hewitt. And Hugh Hewitt talks to a lot of the big players, the ambassadors, the politicians, the prime ministers. I'm an infantryman. I want to talk to folks who are on the ground. And I had a chance, by coincidence, a very lucky coincidence, to meet someone exceptional who I want to spend a little time with here today, along with you. Major Israel Ben Shitrit of the Israeli Defense Forces is touring America. He was wounded in action in Gaza. He's talking about his experiences to American audiences. Major Shitrit, welcome to the Hugh Hewitt Show.
Hi, good morning. It's a big honor to be in your show.
No, it's a big honor to have you and the folks you represent, because the feeling among most patriotic Americans, certainly among this audience, is that you folks are fighting a battle not just for yourselves, but for the entire West. You're out there for fighting for us, too, and it's very important for us to let you know and to pass on to your troops that America and American patriots back you 110%. Now, let's get a little of your background. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
Before I'm telling myself, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the United States. Thank you for your support. We're feeling this support all over, the soldiers, the commanders, the citizens, the population in Israel. We're feeling your support. It's bringing us a big strength and big continuation that we know we're, no matter what, we continue the fight. So just about me, I'm father of five. I'm 40 years old. In the regular, before the war, I was doing raising money for startups. And in October 7, we immediately, everyone jumped because we felt that something really bad happened in Israel. And we fight in 2 years. Unfortunately, I just fight 6 years because I got wounded. But if it is necessary, we will fight and fight again, because, like you said, this is a different level of war.
Well, let's dig into that. Now, let's talk about your job. You're a major in the IDF. What unit are you in, and what's your job?
I'm in the reserve. In Israel, there is a lot of reserve. I'm a head of a company. I'm responsible almost 100 soldier. Amazing, brave soldier from Brigada Golani Reserve. I think that everybody in the world needs to know, and knowing Golani, the best brigada we have in the IDF. Brave soldier, brave commander. And over there, we're fighting at the start of the war. We're fighting at the north. And then we continue fighting and getting down to Gaza. My unit continued to Lebanon and Syria. But I was had another battle in the hospital.
Well, I think you're being a little modest there, Major. The Golani Brigade is world famous. It's well known. When you mentioned it, I recognized it instantly. And it's not just that you're in the Golani Brigade. You're in the recon unit. Let me see if I can pronounce it right. The Sayeret. Is that correct?
Yeah. We're it's called Alexandroni. The reserve is a bunch of guys that do the special units of Golani, Alexandroni. They're from the Sayeret and from the regular brigade. We're combined together in the reserve. We're doing the combination together between the special unit and the regular units, and it's became elite and the best of the soldier.
Well, let me explain it to the American audience. These are the badasses. These are tough hombres, very experienced, very well trained. They get the toughest missions. And as a company commander, in the American Army, we typically have captains as company commanders. British and Israeli and some other folks have majors. You're responsible for everything that your troops do or don't do as a company commander. You also were supported by other elements. It wasn't just infantrymen. You were there with a whole range of assets to fight within Gaza and up in Lebanon, correct?
You're right. You're absolutely right. What amazing how the IDF, there is something that I can't tell you, but things that I can tell you, how the IDF is very, very smart and wise, and how we work. You just don't work only with the combat soldier. We work together with the tanks, the air forces, the engineering soldier, and then it became a different whole level of fighting, a very, very clever one, very unique one. And this is the power of the IDF, that we know, and to know to combine all the forces together, it's make a really different way of war.
In the American Army, we call that combined arms. As a commander, you have assets across the span of battlefield operating systems, which what it does is it exponentially increases your combat power. Now, let's talk first about what happened in Lebanon, because as a Golani Brigade, of course, you were your unit focuses, or at least originated in the Golan Heights, which was next to Syria and next to Lebanon. What did you guys do there early on in the war?
So early in the morning in October 7, we are really ready to fight from the south, but we had the information that probably Hezbollah is doing the same at the north. So we were very worried that if Hezbollah enter, and after 9 months, I guess, that Israel finally entered to Lebanon and the village, we saw that, and we know the history of Hezbollah, for the armed forces, if you mentioned them, we know they are much more expert and they have much more weapon and missiles than Hamas. So in October 7, what we concerned about it, that what happened in the south going to be happen in the north. And the first thing that we did, without any order, without any command, we just jumped immediately to the north, because we are very worried about Hezbollah. And after the wars in October 24 happened, so the Hezbollah, the Radwan forces that we captivity, they said that they saw that the Golani Brigade and all the soldiers jumped so fast, and they decided not to enter to Israel. And it's really safe. It's really safe. The North Village, the North cities, the really hurry, the fast jump that we did in October 7th.
Well, for people who don't know, the Radwan is Hezbollah's version of special forces. They're the ones who would have gone into northern Israel on a mass killing spree. Okay, there's a lot more to come. We're going to keep Major Shitrit over into the next segment here on the Hugh Hewitt Show. We'll talk a little about what it's like to fight in Gaza against Hamas terrorists. We'll also talk about the effects on families, what it's like to be wounded, and what Major Shitrit sees for the future. So please stay right here. This is a very, very important segment, or a couple of segments here on the Hugh Hewitt Show. We are back on the Hugh Hewitt Radio Show. I'm retired Colonel Kurt Schlichter, guest hosting for Hugh Hewitt. It's my honor and privilege to continue my interview with Major Israel Ben Shitrit of the legendary IDF unit, the Golani Brigade, the recon company. We talked a little about what it was like to fight against the Hezbollah forces in the north, but later his unit was sent to the south, to Gaza. Major Shitrit, what was it like fighting Hamas terrorists in a complex urban environment?
Honestly, I can tell you that I remember we get through the fence that got Hamas entered from October 7. And you can imagine the feeling. You can imagine the feeling that you enter to bring back your brothers. This is our first priority, our first mission, that everybody know in Israel, every soldier, every commander know that the first priority is bring back our hostages. And we break through the fact that Hamas, those terrorists, those pure evil and monsters, are entered to the village and do rape and massacre, and we have a different holy mission, and this is the difference. So we entered to Gaza. I was starting with my unit in the Qatari neighborhood in Khan Yunis. It's called the Qatari neighborhood because they built this neighborhood. And I know that maybe your audience think that when we're talking about Gaza, it's a refugee tent and it's a very poor places. But when we entered the Qatari neighborhood, it was an expensive neighborhood. There was mall over there, gym, pool, and I can tell you, we can imagine because every time you speak about Gaza, you think about the miserable, and now you see how they have such enrichment and such everything. So why they doing that? For what? Only from hate. Only from hate. So we entered the Qatari neighborhood, and our mission over there is to eliminate almost 100 soldier Nukba forces, find body hostages that he came to Israel in the last 2 days, Daniel Peretz, Captain Daniel Peretz, bring back his body. And we felt this is the first priority. This is such a holy mission. And every place we went and go and enter to houses, we're looking for information for the body of Daniel Peretz. And, you know, today, in these days, it's such a closer to see that his body came to Israel and his parents have a grave to be and can see their son with all the sorrow. And we're searching a lot of the hostages and information. And when we enter the Qatari neighborhood, each house that we enter, the first thing that we saw is the picture of the Mosque of Al-Aqsa, big picture in the enter of the house. And the second, in every houses, there was weapon, grenade, RPG, every houses. You move the bed, you see RPG. You move a kid's bed. When you see a poster of Dora, of Superman and Super Mario, you can see a weapon and grenade. You open the closet in the kitchen and you see bullets and evil, pure evil. I can tell you, it was crazy all over.
You were wounded in action. Can you tell us how that happened?
Yeah. Day before, Hamas shoot 2 RPG, killed 2 soldiers, wounded 16. My mission is to find these terrorists that do this brutality action. And when I get out from the house, they shoot on me RPG. They miss me and they shoot on me AK-47. It was a difficult battle. Unfortunately, in this battle, my friend Nadav Cohen got killed. 4 got wounded in a critical condition. And in this attack, I know that I'm going to die there. There is no chance I'm going to be alive because they shoot on me everything you can imagine. But when I heard the shout of my soldier that asking for help and asking for evacuate, I know I'm going to die here in Khan Yunis, but my mission is to help him and save his life. And he saved my life, seriously. He saved my life because in those moments I was bleeding. In those moments that I feeling that I'm losing my life, I have a purpose. I have a target to save my friend's life, and it's also saved my life.
Well, Major Shitrit, we're running out of time here on the Hugh Hewitt program. You're one thing I know you want to say. We only have about 15 seconds. I know you want to talk a little about the families. Like I said, we got about 15 seconds. What's the effect on Israeli families?
Israeli family is a hero. All Israel is a nation of heroes, not just the soldier, also the families, the community, the children. My small children are heroes. And I can say, before we will finish, thank you, United States. Thank you for your support. We're fighting not just for Israel, we're fighting also for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Major Shitrit.